Hi guys, how are you? Are you ready? So it's me, it's Emma, Body Blitz Fitness, and this is our Wellness Wednesday health chat. Are you ready? I hope you are. I'm going to give it just a few minutes and see if anybody joins us, and then I'll get started. Anybody who watches me normally knows I normally do the hoop and chat. So what I do is nearly every day I do the hoop. It's a power hoop, and we do chatting and hooping at the same time. But today, because this is quite an interesting subject, and I wanted to be able to concentrate and listen to you, and if any of you are messaging me that I can answer you straight away, I'm going to have to stand here and actually look at the camera. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. So if you're ready, if you've got any questions, nothing dodgy, please, guys. So none of the guys saying, Emma, turn around, let me look at your bum. No, not do I want to go out on a date? No, we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about winter wellness and wellness in general. So I hope you are ready to join me. I'm going to give you a little bit about me first, just while we're waiting for people to come in. But we are literally going to talk about how to feel well. I'm going to give you some top tips. Every Wednesday, I start doing a topic for the entire week anyway. And from last Wednesday to this, we've been doing about sleep. And then today's talk would be about stress. But instead of that, I'm going to kind of do an overview. Now, I've just got to step and show you. Look, I've got my slippers on. So I've come home. I've been running around teaching since 7 o'clock this morning. I've got my thermals on. It's so cold. Has anyone else got the heating on? It's really cold in here. And I've got my slippers on because I always put my slippers on when I get in. Does anyone else do that? So before we get full on talking about everything, I just thought I'd tell you I'm in my slippers. Anyone got their slippers on? Dressing gown? Heating? Talk to me. Right. So I am 52. I'm 53 at the end of this month. I specialise in women's health and fitness and general wellness. I'm a personal trainer. I teach classes online. I teach face-to-face fitness. You name it, I actually probably do teach it. And I've been in the industry for 34 years. During that time, I've had a couple of kids. I had low-risk chemo between 2 children. Have you got your slippers on as well, Jane? They're great and I love slippers. I also had 10 years of perimenopausal hell, which was absolutely really awful. It was the pits. I'm now, I guess I'm probably through it. I'm on HRT. So does that mean I'm menopausal or am I postmenopausal? Because I haven't had, all of that stuff for about a year. So I've been through quite a lot. And my passion is for making as many people as I can healthy and fitter and well. That's my passion. That's why I love my job so much. And I decided that every Wednesday I would do a wellness chat on my hoop and chat and would set ourselves a new mission. So last week, like I said at the beginning, was sleep. And I said, right, rate your sleep on a scale of 1 to 10. So last night's sleep as well as your average sleep. I was really interested to know. And then this week, we're going to do stress. So from today right up until next Wednesday, we're going to start talking about stress and chronic stress. And I want you to rate your stress levels on a scale of 1 to 10. And then all through the week, I will talk to you and give you lots of different hints of how to lower your stress levels, top tips, etc., etc. So the ones that I was talking about with sleep, let's just go over a quick overview. I gave a few top tips, and the main things to get a really good night's sleep were having no coffee after 12 o'clock, after midday, avoiding coffee after midday. That was a really big one. As we went on, it was... if you could, when you have your dinner, you want around about 3 hours from last meal until going to bed. And I know that's really hard for some people when getting home and eating and stuff, but do your best to do that. Another one was, no screen time. I mean, look, I'm talking to you. I've got 3 phones going on here. So if you see me looking all over the place, I'm doing my Instagram, my TikTok, my YouTube and my Facebook all at once. So no screens. So you want to have at least an hour of no screen time. If you like to read a book. An actual book, read it, and it'll stop all the blue light stimulating your brain, and you should be able to calm down a little bit more. I also said I highly recommend that everyone takes a good magnesium supplement at night. I take mine about an hour before bed. That was a massive game changer for me. So I was having terrible troubles going through insomnia, my sleep was all over the place, and that affects everything. So a really good magnesium tablet, high quality magnesium supplement. So that's well worth having as well. There's a lot more top tips, but that was just giving you an idea of what I did. And then we're going to talk about stress. But what else I want to talk to you about today is this is it's an interesting thing about our health. I do health and fitness and, of course, general wellness, and all of us need to feel well. When was the last time you felt really, really well? You felt well, you felt energized, you had a good night's sleep, you got out of bed, you're like, I'm here, I'm feeling good, I'm ready to go. Jane, yes, I will talk to you about this at the end, and we'll go on and we'll talk about magnesium. If any of you have got specific questions, all I want to do is send me a message or a DM or whatever, and then I will give you a little bit more information. Okay, so, got so much to talk about. One of the worst things that most of us are suffering from now. Oh, hi, Sam. Hiya. So one of the main things that a lot of us are suffering from now is chronic inflammation. So that will affect your sleep, and that will obviously make you more stressy. You won't cope quite as much as well with stress because you're inflamed already. So like I said, each week I'm going to do a normal hoop and chat. This is just a little longer one. I'm just going to go into details a little bit more. So of course, if you want help with your fitness, I've got you. You know, I work 6 days a week between personal training and classes, the daily challenge. I promise you, I've got something for everyone, from a complete beginner, from somebody just getting over an injury or an operation, you're in recovery. If you've been just poorly, loads of people had COVID again before Christmas, so a lot of people are suffering, just not feeling very well. I can 100% help you with your fitness. But it's not just fitness. The way I take an approach to it is it's the whole thing. It's a 360-degree approach. You can have someone that's doing loads and loads of fitness, but they're not eating very well. Or you can have someone that's eating really well, but they're not doing any fitness. Or you might find you've got someone that's eating really well, and they're working out, but their stress levels are through the roof, their sleep is literally in the toilet, and it's all just gone horribly wrong. So it's no good just addressing one thing or another. You need to put it all together. It's like having pieces of a puzzle. If any of you have ever done a jigsaw puzzle or anything like that, it's no good, is it? If you've done this great big puzzle and then there's a bit missing, it's just not complete. So to get the full picture, we need to take a 360-degree approach. And for those of you, just, you know, some people say to me, I just don't want to exercise, I just feel awful, or I've put on loads of weight and I want to lose weight before I exercise. I've got something for just about every single one of you. So I've already covered fitness-wise. I can help you with your fitness, but it's got to be more than that. It's where how I want to do my job is where fitness and wellness come together. It's joined together, and I promise you, I will find a way. If you think, oh yeah, it's easy for her, I bet she eats beautifully all the time. No, I've got a terribly sweet tooth, and my personality as well. I'm very soft. I get really upset, take things really personally as well. And when I'm stressed, my go-to would be going to eat something sugary, chocolate, sweet, something like that. I love it. I'm literally a sugarholic. But that's no good. It's no good because not only is sugar really, really is inflammatory, it's a toxin to the body, but it's also very, very aging. And as a woman standing here, as I said to you, I'm 53 at the end of this month. I don't want to be aging externally, but internally, I want my body to do really, really well. So you find that sugar's just doesn't help. It's not a positive thing. I know we enjoy it. I understand that, but you know why we enjoy it so much? We enjoy it because what it does, it sets off the receptors in our brains, and it's almost like doing drugs. So the receptors go off in our brains and we're like, yeah, this is great, let's eat more of it, stuff ourselves stupid, and then you get a real dip where your blood sugar levels plummet. And when your blood sugar levels are going up and then dipping, you're putting so much more inflammation in your body. Now that inflammation might be in your gut, in your joints, in your brain. It's just about everywhere. So it's really, really bad. And that's what starts affecting us. So, you know, there's no point in just stuffing that sugar down you for 5 minutes of feeling fantastic, and then you really pay the price later. So that's where I'm sort of trying to explain. Now, again, you might think, well, that's all well and good, but I can't stop eating sugar. That's because we're addicted, my friends. And this is the thing. Be honest with me. Have any of you ever binge ate broccoli? Don't laugh, I'm being serious. Or binge ate Brussels. Or binge ate your chicken or your salmon. Have you? Should I tell you why you haven't? Because it's real food. When you binge eat something, it's not real food. There's so much rubbish in it. And the idea is the food industry, unfortunately, in our whole society, it pays for us to be ill. I know that sounds awful, but if you think about pharmaceuticals, big pharma, it's praised to have us unwell, doesn't it? If we were all well, you think about how many industries would be in trouble. A lot of industries would be, but we deserve to feel well. You know, no, but sprouts. Yeah, I'm loving the sprouts as well. But be honest with me, Joanne and Sam, have you binge eaten them? You haven't kept right. Say if I gave you a big bar of chocolate, you might binge eat it. those of you like chocolate, or those of you who are more savoury, maybe it's cheese, a great big chunk of cheese. But be honest, you're not going to have the biggest bowl of Brussels sprouts, so you keep eating them. And I chose Brussels sprouts because I really like Brussels sprouts. You're not, because it's a real food, so you're not addicted to it. It hasn't got chemicals in it that are making you want more and more of it. It's not setting the signals off in your brain to keep stuffing yourself. So this is what I'm saying about real food. So for example, I haven't binged, I choose chocolate hair. It's really hard. It's really, really hard not to do it. So like, for example, this week and next week, I'm doing a 2-week back to basics with my MenoFit and my PT clients. And all that means is we've just got a really basic shopping list of food groups on, you know, fats, proteins and carbohydrates, all of them, because I never cut a food group out. And we're just going back to basics and we're eating real food. That's all it is. We're just not eating anything processed. Now, that's going to be hard. Now, yesterday I was really stressed. Something happened and I was like, I need the mini eggs, because unfortunately the mini eggs are now in the shops, aren't they? Yeah, it's really bad. Did you just say you would cover them in chocolate? Joanne just commented that she would cover her Brussels sprouts in chocolate. No, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, chocolate covered strawberries, but definitely not chocolate covered sprouts. But you know what? Maybe onto a new thing, Joanne. Maybe it'll be good. I don't know. But no, we're avoiding our chocolate. So yeah, so we're doing a 2-week natural back to basics, and all that's going to do, because we're eating real food, as in it is more natural, it's not processed, we're going to naturally lower our sugar. So we're kind of doing a sugar detox, but that's just because we're doing it naturally. And the idea is we're not snacking. We're not doing any snacking. So that in itself will sort us out, because we're going to eat lots of healthy fats. We're going to eat loads of veggies. We're going to have some carbohydrates, loads of protein. And we're going to, hopefully, by the end of our 2 weeks, have broken that sugar cycle. We'll have broken that. We'll have reset our taste buds and we'll be feeling so much better. So that's why we're doing that. If you want to know any more about that, you can come and join us, by the way. I'm doing, as I said, with my PT clients and with my MenoFit girls. So there's an option for you. So I'm going to give you lots and lots of ways you can do it. It's really, really worth doing. I got into the habit of sitting here in the evening with my husband and eating some sweets, having a little stuff here. And then before I knew it, I was nighttime nibbling. My belly was getting a bit uncomfortable. I was getting up and feeling sluggish. My sleep has been affected. And I'm just not feeling particularly wow. Just been feeling a bit more poo. So here comes the really interesting stuff. Giving you lots of different information about everything. Like I said, exercise, it shouldn't just be about aesthetics, it shouldn't just be about how we look, and it should never ever be about our exercise and a bad diet. Never. Exercise should be like a celebration of what our bodies could do, but it's kind of more than that. You get your happy hormones, you get that feel good, you're keeping your body moving, and at the end of the day, you know, I don't know about you, I want a long and healthy life. I want to be mobile. I don't want to live until I'm 100 but be sat in a corner like a little vegetable in a corner. I want to be like moving around. I want to be articulate. I want my brain function to be good, and that's what I'm after. That's my goal. I would obviously like to look fit and healthy and glowing for whatever age I am. I'm not going to lie. Of course the aesthetics will come into it. You know, if I can stop my bum sagging down around my knees, fabulous. If I can have a bit of muscle in my arms, fantastic. But also you need those muscles so that our bones are stronger, our muscles and tendons and ligaments are doing their job, and we're fit for purpose, which is for life. So that's basically where I'm coming from when I'm talking to you. So you've got the exercise, which is fantastic. We need to do that to keep our bodies moving, and also for your mental state. When you exercise, I know sometimes I've been in a situation where I've not wanted to do it. I felt really sad. I just not wanted to do anything, not talk to anyone, not go anywhere, do nothing. I then do my class and I'm like a completely different person. So I'm very lucky that this is my chosen profession. So it gives you that, you know, it helps reduce depression, anxiety and stress. And right at the beginning, I said to you, stress, this is going to be our focus for the week. It's going to be about lowering our stress levels. Stress is awful. Stress is a silent killer. And the trouble is now we are all so much more at risk of lifestyle diseases. You know, so how many people do you know that are pre-type 2 diabetic? And do you know what? That is completely reversible, completely and utterly reversible. And even if you're already type 2, you can really, really lessen the impact of that type 2 diabetes, and you can drastically reduce how much medicine you need to or medication you need to help you. You can change that completely. And that's all done by diet and exercise. So I promise you guys, there is so much. There's so many lifestyle diseases now that there weren't. And things like Alzheimer's and dementia is massively on the rise. Now, some of you will be younger than me. Some of you will be my age. I was brought up on the low-fat diet. Worst thing we could have done. If something's naturally low in fat, then fine. But when it's all, low fat this, low fat that, the worst one is lots of you, and I would love you to tell me how many of you eat low fat yogurts. Oh my God, don't do it. They are full of chemicals and full of sugars, and you'll find that now so many more people are suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia. And do you know why? Because they weren't getting the healthy fats that they need. Did you know we need essential fatty acids for our bodies to function properly? Did you know that? I'm going to be honest, I've been in this industry, like I said to you, 34, almost 35 years, and I am constantly learning all the time. I think anybody who's good at their job will always be constantly learning. We're never going to know everything. And you constantly learn, and you constantly try and do things better. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I knew that you needed healthy fats. I mean, not when I was younger. I was low fat, everything, And Joanne, is it actual Greek yogurt or is it Greek style? Do not eat Greek style. Use actual Greek yogurt or natural yogurt. And if you could, you're actually better off going away from the low fat. And that's going to kill me. I buy low fat yogurt, but I need to actually go for my normal Greek yogurt. And if it's a 10% fat, it's cool. Just have it. Eat it because it's good for you. We need our healthy fats. All right. And I'm going to tell you why. If you want your brain health and your cognitive health to be good, you've got to have healthy fats to fuel it. So, like how many times you talked about brain fog or baby brain? There's a couple of things. Did you know that is completely avoidable? I wish I'd known this when I was younger. I so wish this. So if you're getting the right amount of healthy fats to feed your brain, also hormones. Our hormones will be more balanced even during perimenopause where they're like this. You'll cope better if your brain is getting the essential fatty acids that it needs. Did you know that? Not only does our brain need those essential fatty acids, but do you know you need them to have the balance in your body? If your balance is out, basically it means your gut health isn't very good, your brain health isn't good, so you're going to be much more likely to be anxious or depressed, just suffering from low mood. Your cognitive function, how clearly you can think, how you can process your emotions, all of those things are completely affected. So this is why this is so important to talk. I want my gut health to be good. Gut and brain is linked so closely. So our gut health is incredibly important. But if your cellular health, so when we start off with one cell, we start off with one cell, and obviously then the sperm comes along and does his thing and gets in that cell. So if you think right back to this stage, so this is really important as well. It's not just for us older ones. If any of you are out there, you wanting to have babies, you want to be nice and fertile, your eggs need to be very good quality, and so does the sperm. So when those two things get together, you've got the best genetic start possible. Yeah. So right back then, if we're getting all the essential fatty acids, we're getting our omega-3s that actually work, our cells are there. Yeah, that one cell gets impregnated, and then when we're standing here at like 37 trillion cells. Did you know that? So if our cellular health, which is basically what we all are, is crap, basically your cells aren't working very well. They're like hard golf balls rather than squishy sponges. Squishy sponges get the good stuff in and get the bad stuff out. Golf balls, nothing's really getting in and nothing's really getting out. So that's why our bodies become chronically inflamed. As I've said before, inflammation is going to affect how you're thinking, how you're feeling, your joints, your heart, your gut, your skin, your hair, your nails. Absolutely everything is affected. So if nothing else, even if you take nothing else away from what I'm talking about today, you've got to work on that cellular health, because that is us. That is what we are. Without the cellular health, all the healthy eating in the world and all the exercise in the world is going to do nothing. And if you go, rubbish, yes it is. No, it's not. Shall I tell you why? Because all that healthy food isn't going to get absorbed by the cells. All those nutrients, all that good stuff's not getting in and looking after your body. And all the bad stuff, all the toxins aren't getting expelled. So that's straight away. And all that exercise, how is your body going to rest and recover? How is your bones going to get all the vitamins and minerals it needs? How are your muscles, tendons, and ligaments going to be doing what they're meant to be doing? And how is your heart going to function well and your brain function well from all that training if your body is chronically inflamed? It's not going to happen, is it? So there you go. So the basics of what I wanted to talk to you about today is, and our theme all week will be about stress and lowering stress. But the main point of today was to explain to you about the inflammation in your body, lowering your inflammation levels, getting enough omega-3 into your body so that you are actually, your cellular health is good. Now, you might go, oh, that's easy, Emma. I eat loads of oily fish. Now, tell me the truth. Who eats oily fish? Do you eat it every single day? Do you eat oily fish every day that is wild and line caught? If you do, probably got enough omega-3. But did you know 97% of the worldwide, the global population, did you hear those figures, by the way? And I'll tell you how I can tell you this in a minute. 97% of the global population is out of balance and inflamed. So that's telling you that 97% of 1.3 million tests, make sure I get this right, are inflamed. So it's really hard. So if you are eating your oily fish and you're trying, that's helpful. It's good. It's a good start. You've got a head start on just about everybody else. But as I said, unless you're eating oily fish every single day and it's wild and line caught, we're still at a disadvantage. I eat loads of fish, by the way. I eat like salmon nearly every day. And I've only started doing that in the last 10 years. So I was a little bit behind there, unfortunately. So that means you need omega-3. So some of you have gone, that's all right, I eat loads of fish. You probably still aren't getting as much as you think. Secondly, some of you go, that's all right, I'll go to the supermarket, I'll go to Hollands Barrett and I'll buy an omega-3 capsule. Save your money, don't do it. I have wasted so much money doing this. I knew omega-3 was important. I didn't realize how important it was. I also didn't know until about 3 months ago that nearly every omega-3 supplement doesn't work. So when we're getting them, what we're actually doing is we're wasting our money, but we're also putting more inflammation in our body, because when we take the omega-3 that we put it in our body, if it hasn't got like a chaperone, a high quality polyphenol, I can explain this to you another time as well, with it, by the time you take it and it comes out of that capsule, sometimes even what the capsules are made of is rubbish too, it goes rancid in your body. So what you've done is you're thinking, oh, I'll pop me omega-3, I'm doing really well, take me capsule, goes in now, it opens up, it oxidizes in the body and it goes rancid. So unfortunately, we thought we were doing something fantastic, and what happened? Nah, we've just added more inflammation into our body. So that was a bit of a kicker, because I spent quite a lot of money on what I thought was a really good omega-3 supplement. I genuinely did. So anyway, I got tested about 3 months ago. I did a dry blood spot test on my finger and I sent it off, and I got back this full report. It's amazing, this report. It comes back with the markers on 11 essential fatty acid markers. It's really, really good. It tells you your omega-6 to 3 balance. And by the way, that's where you become inflamed or not. If your omega-6 is up here and your 3 is down here, that's the inflammation. When we get it here, that's when you start working well and your cells are really good. Okay. I also got my omega-3 index, and that needs to be like 8 or above. I also got my mental strength. It told me how my brain was functioning, how my immune system was functioning. It told me my gut health. It obviously gave me omega-3, my omega-6, omega-9, and a lot of other stuff. So I got these markers back, and science says we're meant to be at 3 to 1. I am determined to get down to 1 to 1, because shall I tell you what my results are? Would you like to know? Would you like to know? The average in European countries at the moment is 15 to 1. So that means you're kind of 15 times more inflamed than you should be. So that's just the general normal person that's just been tested. Yeah. Some of them are a lot higher. Some people are a little bit lower, but bearing in mind, we should be at least a 3 to 1. Mine was, you ready? Drum roll, please. Mine was 4.3 to 1. That was actually pretty good. I expected it to be a lot worse, but like I said to you, I worked really hard at my nutrition and everything. However, to feel really good, I need to get it down to 3.1 or below. In all the people I've tested, and I've done 15 tests now, we have averaged from me at the ridiculously low one. So I guess what that says is, listen to me, I know what I'm talking about. And the worst one so far is 37 to 1. So that person is 37 times more inflamed. And how would you know? You wouldn't know, would you? I didn't know. So it's absolutely fascinating. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking a minute because I vowed that I'd only do half an hour. As I said, all week, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to be talking to you about stress, and it'll be when I'm doing my hoop and chat. So it'll be about a 10-minute chat. Today was just to give you an introduction to tell you of how I can help you. So if you're like, well, hold on, Emma, hold on. You've just told us we need omega-3, but you've just told me no omega-3 supplements work. I have something for you. So I was so blown away by doing this dry blood spot test and finding out about the omega-3 that I started doing it myself. So I now take something called Balance Oil, and it's like, well, it is like the best fatty fish in a bowl, in a little cup. It's a little shot. It doesn't taste fishy. It's absolutely amazing. So I've started taking that. I take a little tiny shot of it. It's done, it's personalized to your age and your weight. So you take a certain amount. It's not one size fits all. I'm actually taking the full health protocol. So if any of you watch my little reels and stuff, you might see me doing a little shot of something, or the little drink of the white drink. So I'm taking, currently, I'm doing Balance Oil. I'm doing the gut powder, and I also take 2 multi-immune capsules. So I'm literally taking it all. That may sound a lot to you, but it's not. Do you know what I used to take? I used to take omega-3, that didn't work. Evening Primrose Oil, which I didn't realise was raising my omega-6 levels. I used to take biotin. I used to take vitamin D, I'm still taking. Magnesium, I'm still taking because it's amazing. But I was also taking turmeric. And what else? I was taking something else. Oh, and I was paying out for a collagen supplement every month as well. So I was paying out quite a lot of money. I've now dropped it down to my health protocol, and that's what I want to let you know. If you want to know any more about that dry blood spot test, taking the lid off, checking out inside of your body, and then me giving you a solution that is test-based, proven to work, please get in touch, and I would love to let you know. I will help you. It's not a secret. It's just whenever I try and post the links and somebody asks me, it doesn't work. Like Instagram doesn't like you sending links out. So yeah, just get in contact. I'm more than happy to have a full-on conversation with you and get you started. You can come and do the testing with me. I do all of that. I was so blown away with it, doing it personally, that I've invested in that as part of the services that I provide. So not only do I do my fitness, my general wellness, my nutrition, and now offer test-based personalized nutrition as well. And I want you to listen to this, guys, and remember this conversation today, because this is the way of the future for our health. So this is restorative healthcare. This is how we look after ourselves. And the idea is we are taking our health into our own hands. We're not waiting to just go to the doctors and hope that they give us a little solution. It's here. There's a test. You know exactly where you are. You find out your levels. So imagine, I know, this is a good way of saying, you're driving your car along and your lights go off in your dashboard and you're like, oh crap, better get my car to the garage bloody quick. Unless you're one of those nutters who just keeps driving and hopes your car will keep going. But most of us panic, yeah? When you do this dry blood spot test and these markers come back, it comes back in a traffic light system as well. So it's like literally red, orange and green. And you can see it all. It's a way of finding out what's going on. It's a kind of way of checking out your dashboard. And then you're not just left there thinking, oh my God, my brain no wonder I'm stressed out all the time. My brain function is really below par. I'm not getting my healthy fats in my brain. Oh, my gut health's ruined. Oh God. I don't just leave you there. You're then given a solution, and you're given a solution like I just said that works. And do you know how I know it works? Because 120 days later, we retest and you see how everything's improved. You can't lose. It's a no-brainer. So this is preventative healthcare on a restorative program, a correctional program to change your body so it's working properly. And do you know what the good news is? Obviously, I'm going to encourage you to exercise always, and I'm going to encourage you to eat well. But the good news is, if you actually do that, you don't even have to start exercising initially or changing your diet. What it does, it starts changing you from the inside out. So as you start changing from the inside out, as your body starts working for you rather than against you, you'll naturally feel more energized. You'll naturally control your cravings. You'll naturally be able to help balance out your weight if you're having trouble with your weight. It's all going to happen. Your hormones are going to start working for you. And once you start feeling better, it's so much easier to eat well. It's so much easier to start exercising. It's really hard when you feel like a bag of poo, you've got no energy, and you're just thinking, oh God, I just can't do it. Start looking after yourself. Nurture yourself from the inside out, and I promise you, then we can take care of the outside as well. So that's it. There you go. I stuck that in. I managed to do that in 30 minutes, which I cannot believe. I will be doing more, and I will do a much more interactive one. So keep your eyes open. I'm going to do a little bit more of that over the next few weeks. Is it expensive? Right, Joanne, that's an interesting question, right? And I'm really glad you asked me that. People say to me, is it expensive? And then I say, right, how much is your health worth? And then they go, oh, it's expensive then. I went, well, no, it's not. It's one of those things. It's like, what do you consider expensive? And we all do this. That's why I put a post. People might go and buy a Costa coffee, right? However many times a week, drink that. Or they might go and have their nails done all the time, or their eyelashes or whatever. Don't think twice about it. But when it comes to our health and fitness, we don't want to pay. Nobody wants to do it. Let's be honest, they don't. I've literally just paid hundreds of pounds to somebody else privately to find out about my hormones and stuff. And I didn't even get a report. Whereas when I did this, I paid for it. It was cheaper than that, by the way. I got a full report, knew exactly how to do it, and I got a solution. So if you want to know more about cost, I can tell you that the full health protocol will cost you around about £2 a day. If you're doing the balance oil, it will cost you around about £1.20 a day. And if you want to do the blood test, which why wouldn't you? Otherwise, if you're not testing, you are 100% guessing. You only pay for that once. So you pay your initial amount, and you get a blood test. You get another blood test at 120 days, and you get all your stuff for 2 months. So it's really, really good. But I can tell you the finer points about that if anybody wants to know. Yeah, so please get in contact. If you've got any other omega-3 supplements in your cupboard, don't bother taking them because they're a pile of poo. And if you don't believe me, Google it. There was a white paper reduced. I think it was a Cohen report, and it was actually put out there, and it actually admitted that most omega-3 supplements don't work. So this isn't just me saying it. I'm not just trying to brainwash you. Also, if you Google omega-3 and the benefits of omega-3, you'll also find out a lot of things. And lastly, I forgot to say this. I'm going to give you a few things that will help. I talked about fertility. I talked about a healthy pregnancy and a healthy outcome. I talked about a healthy baby. I talked about healthier heart, nails, hair, skin, eyes, and organs. Yeah. Rheumatoid arthritis. Yeah, if any of you something that can really help with that. Type 2 diabetes as a whole, it can help with, but also pre-type 2 diabetes, completely reverse it. Depression can alleviate or completely stop your depression. High blood pressure can also be supported by this. Autoimmune disease, chronic inflammation. So, migraines, headaches, hormonal fluctuations, painful periods. Who knew? Periods shouldn't be painful. Did you know that? No. There's so many more things I can tell you. I could be here for hours, but I don't want to chew your ears off. Thank you so much for listening to me. And anyone who watches this later on the replay, please send me a message, DM me, comment, whatever you want to do. I would love, love, love to help you. My mission is to help as many people as I possibly can to be healthy, fit, and generally well. And just see the difference. If everybody could adopt this, oh God, we would all be so much better off. And I don't just mean we'll be better off in ourselves. Financially, we'd be better off, because the way it is, being ill, it costs so much money. It really does. Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm Emma. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're going to come and train with me. And I'm looking forward to you messaging me and finding out more. You can even book a free health consultation with me where I'll go through all of this much more in depth if you want. I have like a little calendar thing. Just message me and ask for the link and we'll sort it out. I'm more than happy to give you my time, and my time is precious. I'm happy to do that to help you. If it means you're going to get healthier and fitter and well, I'll do it. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye. Oh, Paul Davis. Good morning, Paul. Looking forward to class with me. Oh, is that my Paul? If it is, hi. Looking forward to seeing you too. Right, I'm going to say goodbye now. I'm going to shut all these down. So I'm going to say goodbye first to YouTube and my Facebook crew. I'm looking forward to getting some comments from you guys. Please tell me if you found that interesting. But bye.